90-Day Fiancé. I'm convinced Alexei Brovarnik is just as much of an attention seeker as Loren Brovarnik. Alexei Brovarnik from 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Is typically seen as a level-headed and reserved person who isn't interested in fame, but I believe he's recently become as self-obsessed as Loren Brovarnik. The couple was last featured in 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8, during which Loren underwent a mommy makeover that involved liposuction and fat transfer. Despite Alexei's initial disapproval of her decision to have elective surgery, he ultimately supported her throughout the procedure and recovery. Although Alexei seemed frustrated while juggling household duties and caring for their children, he managed to handle it. Loren loves being on camera despite it causing issues. Loren would never reject being on TV. At extra_TV hashtag 90-Day Fiancé star Loren Brovarnik has no regrets about her cosmetic surgery, says husband Alexei loves her snatched, and now with braces. Hashtag 90-Day hashtag 90-Day Fiance hashtag TLC at 90-Day Fiancé at Loren Brovarnik at TLC at Mona Kozar Abdi Original Sound. Despite the criticism they receive on social media, Alexei and Loren continue to appear in new seasons of the show. I noticed that they ignore how the negative comments affect their peaceful marriage, which could potentially cause disagreements off camera. Loren and Alexei choose not to watch their story on the show to avoid problems in their marriage. Despite knowing the history of reality TV causing relationship issues, I'm surprised to see Loren admit she enjoys the attention and would never turn down the opportunity to be in front of the camera. During an interview with Extra TV, Loren said she feels blessed to still be relevant 9 years after debuting on reality TV. She added, "That's unheard of, and I really hope that there are more exciting things to come. I would never say no to the cameras. We know this." Loren is also accused of making controversial statements on social media to remain in the spotlight, such as criticizing Michael Ilisanmi for his spousal visa motivations. Loren's desire for attention seems evident. It has led me to speculate whether she is pressuring her husband, Alexei, to participate in the show. Alexei craves the spotlight just as much as Loren does. Alexei loves the benefits of being on TV. However, I believe that Alexei enjoys attention just as much as his wife. He describes himself as an alpha male, so I don't think he can be easily pressured into doing something he doesn't want to do. While Alexei may want to come across as a bashful and nonchalant person, as if he considers drama and reality TV fame beneath him, I think he actually loves the perks of being on TV. I don't see him talk about his full-time job publicly, but he never fails to mention his side job as a 90-Day Fiancé franchise cast member online. Alexei includes 90-Day Fiancé hashtags in nearly every Instagram post to expand his reach and popularity. He recently shared a few pictures with Loren and other co-stars to express his gratitude to the network for inviting them to a party. In his caption, Alexei wrote, "Thank you for having us, it was great time," hinting that he may be open to returning for another season. Despite acting like reality TV isn't his main focus, Alexei's behavior implies that he is desperate to be recognized as the ultimate power couple of the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. Alexei is seeking attention by sharing shirtless pictures. Alexei appears to be fishing for compliments. Like Loren, who shares countless mirror selfies on social media with little substance, I recently noticed Alexei posting a shirtless picture. Alexei wore only black shorts and shared a photo from the locker room with the caption, "Honor the progress, not the perfection." While I respect Alexei for reaching his fitness goals, I believe he didn't need to post a shirtless picture. One Instagram user noted, "Just like his wife, always full of themselves and thirsty for attention." I believe the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Alem has become just as desperate for attention as his wife. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8, are Loren Brovarnik and Alexei Brovarnik still together? Loren Brovarnik and Alexei Brovarnik were no longer the perfect couple after their 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8 appearance. Loren and Alexei debuted in 90-Day Fiancé Season 3 and spent several years in the franchise, unlike other couples. Their story of togetherness was used as an example while describing the perfect 90-day fiancé fairy tale, but the cracks in this relationship were finally exposed after Loren took some time out from marriage and motherhood to focus on herself. Alexei damaged his squeaky clean reputation. It was the first time in years fans saw Alexei behaving unkindly towards his wife. Loren seemed to agree to Alexei's demands without protesting. However, it was all caught on camera for fans to see. It raised questions about Alexei and Loren's relationship status after the show ended. Did Loren and Alexei stay together, or did they get divorced? Loren and Alexei married in 2015. Loren and Alexei had 2 weddings. Loren and Alexei met in 2013 in Israel when she came across the Menach during her free, 10-day birthright trip. Alexei is originally from Ukraine but relocated to Israel with his family when he was 10 years old. Loren was only interested in a casual fling, but things took a serious turn quickly. Alexei ended up proposing to Loren at the end of her short trip. Once Loren and Alexei applied for their K-1 visa, she flew to Israel 5 times a year to see Alexei. He married Loren on September 6, 2015, in Florida. Loren and Alexei decided to have 2 90-day fiancé weddings so both their families could get a chance to attend the ceremony. They flew to Israel a year later and got married again in July 2016. Since then, a lot has happened in Loren and Alexei's lives. They've even thought of moving to Israel for good, as documented in their Loren and Alexei, after the 90 Days spin-off. Loren and Alexei welcomed 3 kids since 2020. Loren had 3 babies within 3 years. Loren announced she was expecting her first baby during an episode of What Now? In 2019. In October 2019, Loren shared that they were going to be parents, and she was particularly excited since the baby was conceived in Israel. The couple went on their first baby moon in Mexico. Their first son, named Shai Joseph Brovarnik, was born on April 14, 2020. Loren and Alexei differed on how many kids they wanted because Alexei wanted more. Their second child, Asher Noah Brovarnik, was born on August 16, 2021, while they welcomed a daughter, Ariel Raya, on their wedding anniversary in 2022. Loren and Alexei disagreed over her mommy makeover surgery. Alexei's misogynistic side was revealed. Loren had 3 kids and the back-to-back deliveries took a toll on her health and body. Loren opened up about having abdominal diastasis, a condition where the abdominal muscles separate during or after pregnancy. Loren has said that her abdominal diastasis is uncomfortable and that her muscles won't go back. She had 3 C-sections in 2.5 years, and she said that her body didn't get a break. Loren underwent a tummy tuck to correct her abdominal diastasis. Alexei was against Loren's cosmetic surgery. Alexei became worried after he heard about the potential complications and how he was going to have to help his wife recover. Apart from the tummy tuck, Loren was getting a 360 lipo from her chin, her arms, upper back, lower back, and thighs. She was going to do a fat transfer with that lipo to her chest. Loren's doctor informed Alexei that she was going to be inactive for 4 to 6 weeks. Loren could have popped a blood vessel or a suture if she lifted anything heavy like picking up a child. Alexei was going to have to drain tubes from Loren's body every 4 to 6 hours and keep a record of how much he was emptying them for a week. The truth came to the surface soon, and it was revealed Alexei didn't want Loren to get the procedures because of the potential complications. The truth is, he didn't want to take care of the house and the kids because he thought that was Loren's job. Alexei was not as open-minded as he appeared. Alexei didn't want Loren to get a job. Alexei appears to be controlling Loren. Alexei comes from the old-school way of thinking where he expected his wife to take care of the kids, and do the laundry and dishes, everything he wasn't meant to do. Looking after 3 kids was beneath Alexei, and the days he spent doing Loren's job during her recovery frustrated him. Alexei damaged his squeaky clean reputation when he told Loren he was not going to be her G cheerleader. Loren was interested in working again, but Alexei admitted her staying at home and looking after the kids was more important to him. Alexei didn't support Loren during showdown with Thais and Sophie. Alexei was called out by Loren publicly. During the Happily Ever After? Season 8 Tell-All, Sophie Sierra and Thais Ramon ganged up on Loren and accused her and Alexei of portraying a perfect life online. They claimed Loren had opinions about other couples, but she never allowed others to dissect her marriage. After the confrontation aired, Alexei posted a 90-day Fiancé clip featuring his wife standing up to her co-stars who accused her of acting superior. Alexei titled his post, "LOL yes ma'am" at Loren Brovarnik, and Loren reposted it. Loren did not respond the way Alexei wanted her to. Loren did not appreciate this encouragement, which was coming from Alexei months after the actual events took place. She wanted him to stand up for her while the women were ganging up on her. Loren didn't hesitate when she shared the tagged story and wrote, "Not my husband supporting me for 5 minutes," sarcastically, as she mocked Alexei's half-hearted support. Alexei lost his ring in Israel. Alexei's mistake foreshadowed their possible future divorce. In June, Loren and Alexei were in Israel. Loren shared a story from the location where she and Alexei got engaged 10.5 years ago. Loren exclaimed Alexei made the best decision ever by proposing and pointed in the direction of the spot where they got engaged. She turned to Alexei and asked him what had happened so conveniently while they were in the water. "I lost my ring," Alexei replied and laughed nervously. He explained it was a little rubber ring that was already stretched. The lost ring was a potential foreshadowing of issues in their relationship. Alexei didn't want to buy Loren a birthday gift. Alexei proved he is a freeloader. Alexei has a full-time job and prides himself on being the breadwinner of the family of 5. However, Alexei came across as cheap when he tried to get a free birthday gift for Loren. At Shabuti, recently shared screenshots of Alexei contacting Miami-based spas to arrange a discounted spa day for Loren in exchange for Instagram promotion. Alexei's message read, "I want to take my wife for a day of pampering, hoping to get a good price in exchange for tagging your page." Alexei could have easily paid for the spa services to make his wife feel special on her birthday. Alexei made a distasteful comment about Loren's body. Alexei's love for Loren is superficial. Loren talked about getting braces at 36 in a recent Parade interview and shared that her braces aren't cosmetic but rather necessary due to a complicated medical condition that required her to have 23 surgeries in the past. She mentioned that she doesn't enjoy braces, but her husband loves them. She said, via 90-day Fiancé _Alexa, "My husband loves it because he thinks I look younger." While Loren appreciated Alexei's comment, some fans found it distasteful. A 90-day Fiancé, happily ever after? Viewer, Floofy Puddin, wrote, "Gross remark from Alex, didn't expect this, _hot, commented, "Sorry but the husband younger thing, kind's weird."